Hello friends, welcome back to our channel TheCodeTalk. So guys, today we are going to discuss our next topic, that is strings in Python, right? So agenda for today is we are going to discuss what is string, then we will discuss how to create a string, then how we access the values in the string, and we will also be discussing various operations which we can perform with a string. Then we have string methods, and at the last we will be discussing string immutability. What is string immutability, right? So let's start. First we will discuss what is a string. So guys, as you can see, a string is basically a sequence of characters, right? That means to say, if I create a string, now basically the syntax to create a string is like I want to create my string str and I say I like Python, right? I like Python. Now this string basically consists of various characters. I is a character, a space is a character, L, I, K, A. So collection of all these characters is basically a string, right? So and we create a string with the help of the quotes, right? So whenever we place any character inside the quotes, then that becomes string for us, right? So that is basically a string in Python. Now how we create a string? As we discussed earlier, whatever string we want to create, we have to place that inside a single quotes, right? Now there are basically three ways to create a string in Python. It basically provides us three ways to create a string. So what are those three ways? So first way is, as we already discussed, the single quotes. Second way to create a string is using the double quotes, and third way to create the string is with the triple quotes. Now what is the difference between all these methods of creating a string? Now let's say I create my string 1 here and I say I like Python, okay, and I create my second string and here I would like to say I like Java, and I can create another string that is using the triple quotes, right? So triple quotes are basically used when we want to create multi-line strings. That means to say, if I want to create a string in multi-lines, for example, I create this is line 1, right, and another line I want to create is this is line 2, right? So to have multi-line strings, we basically use the triple quotes, right? And single quotes and double quotes, these are basically used interchangeably. Let's go to our Python shell and let me try to explain you that with the help of example, right? Let's say my string 1 is equals to, this is the string I'm creating in the single quotes, right? So this is in single quotes, right? And then I create second string that is in the double quotes. This is in double quotes. For example, if I place my string 2, then you can see that this is string in double quotes, right? Now I want to see that my double word should be inside the quotes. Then what can I do? Then in that case, when I'm trying to create these strings, I can place this inside the double quotes, but as you can see, my string is already starting with the double quote. Then this second double quote will eventually mean that the string is terminating over here, and this will lead to the error, right? As you can see, this double quote is causing the error. So to resolve this error, basically we can place the single quotes over here, right? Now if I go and try to print the string 2, then you can see that my double is inside the quotes. So I missed to place the single quote over here. Yeah, So if you come over here and see, then my double is inside the quotes, right? So whenever you want to have your specific words or sentence inside the quotes, then you can use single quotes and double quotes interchangeably in the strings, right? So this is basically how you create the strings in Python, right? So now let's see how we access the values inside the string, right? Now let's say I have a string, say str1 is equals to, this is Python, right? Now we access the values in the strings with the help of index, right? So that means to say, whatever the characters I have inside a string, each character have a index. For example, here T has a index of 0, okay, and H has an index of 1. Similarly, I have index of 2, 3, this space is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So each character inside a string has a index, right? So now I want to access the first character. Then how I can access that first character? I can access my first character with the help of index. The index of first character T is 0. So if I do something like str of 1, then what this will give? This will give me T as result, right? Similarly, if I want to have P as my if I want to access P as my value, then I can have something like str1 of index 7, then this will give me P as result, right? So this is how you basically access the characters of a string. Now there might be situations where you need to access some words or some substrings of a particular string, right? For example, here if I say that I want to access this, you want to return this from the str1, then how you can do that? Then that we can do with the help of slice. Now what is a slice? What I will do over here is str of 1 is, in slice I give the starting index from where I want to read the string, that is 0, right? And then I will give is the final index, that is 3, till what point I want to read the string. So this will basically start from 0, so that is T, and first 0, 1, 2 and 3, that is this. So this will print this for me. So this is how basically I access the values or characters or whatever substring I want to access from a string, right? Now next we will see what are the various operations in the string processing. Now guys, as we already discussed, the very first operation we can see over here is this. So this is known as the slice. So this you used over here to basically provide a particular index. As we already discussed over here, you provided us index over here, and with the help of this index you access the particular character of the string. So this is known as slice in Python, and similarly this is known as range slice. Now we discussed both of things over here. Now this is the range slice, where basically we specify the range of the string, the range which we want to access from a parent string, right? So similarly, if I want to access a Python word from this string, right, I can do this with the help of the range slice. How? I will just go and say str1 of 7 to 12, right, because 12 is the final index. Then this will give me Python as result, right? So this is how basically we work with the range slice. So let me show you that also with the help of an example. Say my string A is equals to, this is Python, right? Now if I want to access very first character, of the string, then I can just provide 0 as index, then you can see the result is T. And similarly, if I want to access 3, at the third index, the character I have is S, right? So this is slice. The whatever index we provide, that element will be returned to us from the string. Similarly, we can use the slice to access a particular word or substring from the string, right? For example, from this is a string. From this string I want to return this word, right? So then what I can do is I can provide the starting index, that is 0, and I will provide the final index till the point I want to read the string. For example, here this is 0 1 2 3, right? So 0 to 3 I want to read from string A. So once you give this, the final character S is not included over here. That means to say that the index 3 is excluded, so I have to provide over the index 4 over here. So once you do that, you will see I can place this, right? So this is how basically we access the substrings or words, particular words from a string, right? So always remember, guys, the very first, like if I start from the index 1, the index 1 is included in the computation, and the next index I provide, I say that is 7, then 7 is not included in the computation. That means to say it will give me string till the index 6, right? For example, if I place this, you will see that from the index 1 the result is HIS, and it is giving me result till the index 6, right? So this is how basically we work with the index, and we use slice and range slice to access the strings and substrings from a parent string, right? So the next operator we are going to discuss is in operator. So guys, in operator basically returns you true or false. True or false. So when this returns true or false, so this basically returns true or false when you want to see whether a particular element is present inside a string or not, right? For example, I have a string A is equals to Python, right? Now I want to see if the character P is inside the string, present in the string or not. If I do something like character P in A, then what will be the result of this? If I want to print this, then this will give me result as true. Why? Because character P is present inside the string A. So let's go to our Python shell and see how it works. So my A string is equals to Python, and if I do something like character P in A, I just want to see whether my character P is present inside the string A or not. So here I made a mistake, here I didn't place the code. So once you do that, you can see that the result is true, right? Because the P character is present in the A. Now let's say I want to see whether some other character, say C, is present inside my string or not. So I will check C in A. Now let's see, the result is false. Why? Because the C character is not present inside the string A, that is Python, right? So this will basically give me true or false, just to check whether that particular character is present inside the string or not. So similarly we have not in over here. So similarly we have not in operation over here. So what does that means to say? This is just the reverse of what we have in the in operation. So what is that? This basically returns me if the character is not present in the string. If the character is not present in the string, this will give me true. If the character is present, this will give me false, right? So, and the next operator we have in the string is, this is known as raw string. Raw string. So here small r or capital R can be used interchangeably, right? So this is basically used to suppress the actual meaning of the escape characters. What does that means to say? That means to say, like I take example, my string a is equals to I like Python, right? Now this is my plain string. I don't have any special character inside this. But if I place a special character, say slash n over here, now meaning of the slash n is just to add the new line inside the string. So if I go and print the a, then what will be result? This will give me result as, so result will be I like in one line, right, and in another line I will see Python, right? Now I don't want to print my lines in the, I don't want to print my string in the different lines. So how can I do that? But I don't want to I don't want to remove this slash n character. So that I can do by using the raw string. So I can print it something like, I will prefix whatever string I want to print, right? I will prefix it with R and then I will give my actual string. So that is I like slash n Python. Now if I print this, I will see the result in the required format as I wanted to see. This will give me result as I like slash n Python. So here the actual meaning of the slash n was to create a new line, right? So but now here new line is not created. The slash n is created similar to any ordinary character, right? So now let's go to our Python shell and see how it works, right? So here is my Python shell. Now here I create a string, say a is equals to, now here I want to print like something, this is Python, right? So this is my result. Okay, now I want to add a new line characters, right? So to add a new line character over here, I will say backslash n, right? So this will give me the new line, right? So this is, and second Python will be printed in the new line. Now I want to suppress the meaning of this slash n because I don't want to have slash n causing my string to come in the new line. So how I can do? I can use the R over here. Using R operation, I will basically suppress the actual meaning of the slash n, right? So whenever you have a string which is containing escape sequence characters and you want to suppress the actual meaning of those escape sequence characters, then you can prefix that string with the R operation. Okay, so you can see now my string is in the one line only. Now I am not able to see my string in the multiple lines. So that is what the R operation is used for, right? So similarly, now next operation we have over here is the percentage, right? Now what is percentage? Now percentage is basically used for the string formatting. Okay, percentage is basically used for the string formatting. How? So it is used in the string substitution. So what is that? So if I want to if I come over here and I say print percentage d and percentage s, right, and in the bracket I give 3 comma Python. Now what will be the result of this? Now result of this will be, now this d will be replaced with this 3 and this %s will be replaced with this Python. So the result will be 3 Python. So what does that means to say? That d is replaced with the 3. So this is known as the integer substitution, right? Integer substitution. So whenever you want to replace something inside the string with the integer value, you can use the %d, and similarly %s is known as the string substitution. This is string substitution. right? Let's go back to our Python shell and let me show you how we work with the percent character. Now if I come over here and I print say %d and %s, and here in the brackets I want to replace %d with 3 and comma %s I want to replace it with the string Python, right? So just come over here, press the enter, and you will see that my %d is replaced with the integer 3 value and %s is replaced with the Python string, right? So this is how you can basically format your strings as per your requirement using the percentage character, right? So next we have is the plus operator. So what is plus operator? So this is plus operator. This is used for the string concatenation. So this is used for the string concatenation, right? What does it mean? That means to say, now if I have say two strings, right, like my first string is a is equals to, this is Python, and my second string is say a2, this is, I want to say, this is Java, right? Now I want to have a string a3 which prints me this is Python, and along with this I want to print this is Java, right? How I can achieve this? So here you can see that what I can do is I can write a3 is equals to a plus a2. So this plus operator will basically concatenate both the strings, and what will be the result? The result will be this, right? So whenever you want to concatenate two strings, you want to join two strings, you can use the plus operator. So here is my Python shell. Similarly I will say this is Python, and a2 string I have is, I will say, this is Java, right? Now I want to print this is Python and this is Java in one line. So how I can achieve that? I can do it something like a plus a2, right? So I want to have a space character between them, so I can place a space character between both the lines. So if I go and place and try to see what is this, this is Python and this is Java, you can see that we have concatenated both the strings. So this is basically the purpose of plus operator, right? So then the next operation we will be discussing over here is the star, right? So this is basically used for the repetition of the strings. This is used for the repetition of the string. What does that means to say? That means to say if you want to repeat a particular string, right? So that means to say if I have a string Python star 2, if I write it something like this, you can see the result is Python is repeated 2 times, right? So if you are working in Python and you have some requirement where you want to repeat particular strings and particular string words, then you can use the star operation over there, right? So guys, these are the basic operations in the string processing. We discussed all of them one by one. So now let's go ahead and discuss string methods. What are the methods we have in the string? So the very first method we have is the replace. So what is a replace method? So replace method is basically used to replace the particular substring values as per your requirement. What does that means to say? That means to say that if I have a string, say a is equals to I like Python, okay, and I want to replace the like word with love. So how I can do that? I can just do that a dot replace first parameter to the replace I will give is the substring you want to replace, and second parameter I will give the with what you want to replace. Okay, now I can do this. Now result of this will be I love Python, right? So this is what the purpose of replace method is. This is used to replace particular substrings inside a string. So let's go to our Python shell and see practically how does it works. So I have said that this is I like Python, right? So if I do something like a dot replace, and first parameter is the substring which I want to replace, and the second parameter is the resulting string, the what I want to see over this. Okay, now you can see that our result is I love Python. So like word is replaced with the love, right? So this is basically the purpose of replace. Now the next method we have is the upper. So this is basically used to convert the characters of a string in the uppercase. So if I use something like a dot upper over here, right? If I use a dot upper, then what will happen? Then all the characters of the a string will be converted to the uppercase. So if my a is equals to I like Python, then this will become I like Python. So all the words will be converted to the uppercase. So let's see a dot upper. So I am just trying to use the upper method in my Python shell, and let's see what is the result. You can see that all the characters of the string are converted to the uppercase. Now similarly we have lower method over here. So this is just reverse of what upper does, right? So that means to say, if I go and if I say a dot lower, if I call a lower method on the a string, then you can see that all my characters of the string are converted to the lowercase, right? And the next method we have is the capitalize. What is capitalize? So let me just capitalize. Let me just apply the capitalize method over here. So you can see that if I apply this, then the very first character of the string is converted to the uppercase, right? So whenever you want to capitalize your strings in Python, you can use the capitalize, right? So this will capitalize your string. And the next operation we have is join. Now join is used for the string formatting. Now if you remember, in the operations we discussed above, we have one operation which was used for the string formatting, that was the percentage, right? We can use percentage as well for the string formatting, but join is bit more flexible than percentage, right? So this is the more flexible way for the way to format your strings. What does that means to say? That means to say, if like say I have a string, say a is equals to Python, right? And now I want to see my string like something a, I want to see my string like p space y space t space h space o space n. I want to have space character between all the characters. Now how I can do that? I can do that with the help of join method. How I will do it? Right, my space character dot join, right? And here we will provide the string which you want to format, right? Now this is basically the syntax to use the join. Now the result of this will be p space y space t space h space o space n, right? So this is my resulting string. So let's go to my Python shell and see how it works. Now say my a is equals to Python, we have this string, okay, and we want to have space between each character. So you can have a space character dot join, and here we will provide the string which we want to format. You can see that in the each character we have a space embedded between those characters, right? So similarly, if I want to have say colon between each character, then how I can do that? I can use the colon over here between the quotes, colon dot join, and here I will give my string, right? You can see that now my colon character is inserted between the each characters of the string, right? So this is how we use the join operation. Now the next method we have in string is the split method. So this string, as the name suggests, this is used to split up the strings. How? Let's say I have a string a is equals to I like Python, as we had previously, right? Now if I apply the split method on this a dot split, then what will happen? Now this split method will return me a list. A list of what? List of all the words inside this string, right? So this will give me I like and Python. So this will give me the list of all the words inside that string. So let me show you that in the command shell, like a is equals to this is, or I can say I like Python. Okay, now a dot split. Now you can see that this basically returns me a list of the words inside a particular string, right? So whenever you want to convert your string into the list of words, then you can use the split method, right? So guys, these are the basically string methods which we use in the string processing. Okay, now next we are going to discuss what is string immutability. So what does immutability means? Now say I have a string and that string is I like Python, right? Now if I do it something like a dot replace like with the love. Now if I print this, then what will be the result? What will be the result? The result will be I love Python, right? This will be the result. Now if I print a, what will be the result? Then most of you guys must be thinking that result should be I love Python. Actually that is not the result. Why? Because if you print this, you will see that value of a is still I like Python. The value of a is not changed. The a object remains same inside the memory. So what does that mean to say? If in the memory I have object created as a, and this object is storing value as I like Python, right? And if tomorrow you perform some operation on a, and you after you perform the operation, you see the result will be stored inside another object. That means to say, whenever you perform an operation on a string, a new object will be created, right? A new object will be created and the result will be stored in that string. So that means to say the value of a will remain same. A will not change its state, right? The object storing the string remains same, its state doesn't change. So that is known as immutability. That means to say string object does not changes its state, right? String object does not changes its state, right? So object remains same. Whenever you perform any operation, a new object will be created, right? So this is known as the string immutability, right? So let me show you that with the help of example. Like let's say a is equals to I like Python, right? And I do it a dot replace the like with love, right? So you can see the string is returning me a new string, that is I love Python, right? Now if I see the value of a, now value of a is still same, that is I like Python, which was earlier, which we assigned to the a. So value of a is not changed, the a object is still the same. So any operation we are performing on an string object, that is not gonna change that object, the state of object will remain same, instead a new object will be returned. So a dot replace is returning a new object over here, right? So if I store this a dot replace result in some other variable, say b, right? Now value of b will be storing the new value, that is I love Python, right? So value of string objects always remain the same, that is known as the string immutability. Okay, so guys, that's all about the strings in Python. So today we have discussed what is strings. Okay, so let's revise that. So string is basically sequence of characters. You see in that we create string like this and it contains various characters, right? It is basically sequence or collection of characters. Then how we create strings, we have three ways to create a string. We have single quotes, we have double quotes, and we have triple quotes. Now strings created with the help of these triple quotes are also known as documentary string. So just for the sake of your knowledge, strings which are created using the triple quotes like this one, these are also known as the documentary strings, right? So then we saw how to access the values in a string, so that we achieve with the help of indexes, that is known as slice, and with the help of range slice, right? So after that we went through the various operations, like operations we have are slice, range slice, in, not in, raw string, percent, that is used for formatting a string, and plus operator that is used for string concatenation, star operator used for the string repetition. And then we went through the various methods of a string. Then we have replace method, we have upper, lower, capitalize, join, and split methods to work with the strings. And then at the last we discussed the very important characteristic of a string, that is immutability, right? That means to say whatever operation we perform on the string doesn't changes its state, the string object remains the same. Instead, whenever we perform operation, a new object is returned with the new value. So that is known as the string immutability, right? So guys, that's it, that's all about strings in Python. So if you like our video, then please click on the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon, so that whenever we upload our next video, you receive the notifications for the same. So thank you so much guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and take care. Catch you in the next video. Happy learning. Sign out.